Hey everybody, Cooking with the Fat Guy, Big Papa Harold coming back to you. It's been a while. I decided that it was time to do some nice barbecue chicken kebabs. So let's get to it. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to marinate the chicken. Now I've already bought some chicken tenders. Thank you, Save a Lot. And I'm going to take and I'm going to slice these. I'm actually going to cut these just into small pieces. I'm not looking for anything big because I'm going to be putting these on a kebab. Right? So you're going for kind of small. And I'm going to take, and all I'm doing is just slicing. And I'm actually using a special barbecue sauce called Pits and Grins. You can hold that up if you want, buddy. That is, I'll hold this real quick. This is a barbecue sauce that is actually a, no, don't cut, buddy. This is a barbecue sauce that is actually made in, bottled out of Chicago, but I believe the creator is out of Assumption. I buy this at Save a Lot. This is a fantastic barbecue sauce. It's a little spicy. It's got a great barbecue flavor with just a little bit of zesty heat to it. So it's got a bit of an after kick, which is nice. But what's nice is when you cook it, it actually loses a bit of the heat that you get as a residual flavor, but it keeps that barbecue flavor, really enhances the taste on these. So I'm going to take my barbecue sauce. Oh, it's excellent. I love the smell of that. And I'm not even measuring this out. I just kind of do this by feel. So I take and I actually pour the barbecue sauce into this, and I'm not going for a lot. That's about enough because I'm going to end up cutting up the rest of these and adding to this. But what I normally do is I'll take and I'll open up a side of this, get as much of the air out as possible, and then all I do is mix by hand, and I'll get this nice and covered. And I actually marinate my stuff overnight. You can marinate for whatever time you like. If you like a couple hours and you want to get it in and get it done, that's fine. Alright, so I've had this chicken in overnight. It's about 4:45 on the following day, and the chicken has got a good, nice mixture of the barbecue sauce on it. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to use these wooden skewers that I've actually been soaking in water, and I've allowed these skewers to sit for at least an hour or so. I would recommend keeping, letting your wooden skewers be in for like a couple hours, probably 1 or 2 at least, because you want them to be soaked through, because once you start utilizing them on your grill, they will burn. It's going to happen. And you'd rather not burn all of your ingredients with that. So at this time, I'm going to take this, I'm going to shove that piece all the way to the end. Now you can stack these however you want. I've already set up my ingredients here, and I've got one already done on my metal skewers. But I take, and I just take my time. Watch your fingers so you don't stab yourself, because that does hurt. And I go barbecue, pineapple, bacon, and then green pepper. If you look, I've got these metal skewers that I've got here, and these I'll stack these all the way full to the deck. They go from one end to the other. I've got 6 pieces of meat on there and stacked accordingly. And I'm gonna just finish these out, and then we will get started on grilling. Alright, so we've got the kebabs done on the inside. We've put them together. I've got a nice little layer going here. Now I've already thrown some on because I wanted you to see what they're gonna look like once you get these done. So I'm gonna take this and I'm actually gonna put this on here. And then what I do is, again, let's plug this guy. Pits and Grins barbecue sauce out of Assumption. This is fantastic barbecue sauce. I'm telling you, this is one of the best barbecue sauces I've ever used. And I'm really appreciative of Save a Lot. They gave me one. I've bought a bunch more and utilized these. And again, you can get this at Save a Lot. Tim Chrysler's store is fantastic. Really takes care of me. But what I do, and I'll show you here, I take, and I'm just using just a measuring cup, and I use my little baster here, and I take and I put this over the top. Now I've already rubbed these others down, but I put this out over the top, And all I do is just coat that. I'm not doing anything special other than just coat the pineapple and the green pepper as well, because I want that barbecue flavor on everything, not just the meat. So I'm wanting to get all of this to a good point. Now when I started cooking, if you'll notice, I'm on low right now. I'm not doing anything special there. But I also started with this grill on high. So just an FYI, when I first started this out, I had this on high. So that's just a disclaimer. I don't normally keep the grill on low and cook this stuff, but I had this at about 700 degrees when I opened it up, and it was roaring. And I threw these on there right away just to get some quick color on that. And I'm not going to leave this open. So what I'll do is I'm going to take this, close this up, and then we'll turn these here in a second. Alright, so I've already flipped a couple of these over. I'm going to show you, if you'll look here on the end, this is already blackened. Now this has only been on for about 3 minutes, and I turned up the heat on these, so this is already getting black on the end of that stick. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these, and if they don't roll very well, which normally they don't, a lot of times I'll take it and I'll flip it completely over. And I also kick the heat up on these, but I want the dry side because this chicken should be cooking all the way through. So that's what I'm going for. And then what I'm also going to do, I took and cleaned off my pan in the process. I'm going to rebaste these with barbecue sauce because this side's already cooked. So I want a little bit more flavoring on there. Now that's my own personal preference. I just like to do it that way. I know that it's got the barbecue sauce on there from when I first originally put it on, but I try to evenly cook my kebabs. So I did the one side when I first put them down. Now that I flipped it, I want to do it again. And I want to make sure I'm getting as much of this flavoring as possible. And all I'm doing, I'm not doing anything special. I'm just dipping this in and then putting it right on top. That's all I'm doing. I'm making sure to recoat this as much as possible. I want to get that flavor in there. I want it deep on there. So I'm making sure that I'm smothering just enough on there so that you get a healthy dose of that barbecue sauce. So I'm going to throw the oven or the lid back on this bad boy. I'm going to crank up the heat a little bit because I want these to get good and done. I'm going to turn these probably 2 more times before I finally pull them off, and they'll be pretty cooked through and through. Alright, so we've got our kebabs done. If you look on these kebabs, I've brushed barbecue sauce on them, usually in the last 5 minutes before I finish cooking them up. Now, I drop the heat down when I get them started. I start out at high heat, and then as they're cooking, I drop the heat to medium, and then when I finish them out, I kick that heat back up for about 3 to 5 minutes, and I let those suckers just cook hard. So at that point in time, they come off nice and tender, really soft. Perfect flavor, perfect. I think this is a great recipe. I think this is one you'll like. Again, I'm using a barbecue sauce from Save-A-Lot. Spectacular. Pits and Grins. It is an amazing barbecue sauce. I didn't check to see if it's online, but if it is, I'll post a link on my page. Hit that like button. Let me know you like these. Peace out. Hey everybody, thanks for watching today. Be sure to smack that subscribe button so that you can catch up on future videos.